In a seismic shake-up that has left South Africa reeling and shaken to its foundations, a number of high-ranking officials of the African National Congress (ANC) have been arrested abroad on corruption and money laundering charges, as well as possible breaches of international sanctions. The move has triggered a diplomatic furor and left the ANC regime in seeming confusion. Eurasian allies of South African authorities confirm that a joint task force of Interpol, Europol, and Swiss and United Arab Emirates authorities coordinated operations that resulted in the arrest of several high-profile political leaders of the ruling party. The arrested individuals are reportedly associated with illegal financial activities such as routing public funds through shell companies and offshore trusts in tax havens. Based on leaked documents, the probe has been underway for more than a year and could involve billions of rand embezzled over the last decade. At the center of the investigation is a transnational corruption syndicate, according to insiders, that leveraged diplomatic relationships, front firms, and international development programs to shift illicit funds unchecked. The arrests in Geneva and Dubai, reported to involve former ministers, former members of parliament, and at least one former ambassador, have sent shockwaves far beyond the country's borders. The extent of the scandal could undermine South Africa's financial integrity and erode investor confidence at a time when the economy is already under pressure from inflation, load shedding, and unemployment, analysts warn. Global monitors and anti-corruption organizations have praised the arrests as a major breakthrough in combating international kleptocracy but also raised concerns regarding the extent of the ANC's involvement. Transparency International released a statement urging South African institutions to demonstrate absolute independence and transparency in prosecuting these individuals irrespective of rank or affiliation. President Cyril Ramaphosa, who was due to give a brief, routine speech on infrastructure spending at the Union Buildings in Pretoria, looked visibly upset when challenged by journalists on the breaking news. What started off as a dignified, prepared speech soon turned into a moment of seeming crisis. Witnesses noted that Ramaphosa's hands trembled as he spoke and that his voice cracked during his initial response. "We have just received this deeply troubling information," he said, pausing to remove his glasses and wipe his face. "Were these accounts accurate, and I must insist, we are still checking the facts, then this is a clear betrayal of the values and principles which the ANC has so long purported to hold dear." Commentators pointed out that the president departed from his written text and spoke extemporaneously, providing an unusual glimpse of weakness from a leader famous for his calm demeanor. "It was the most unsettled I've ever seen him," remarked a senior journalist. "You could see the weight of it all pressing down in real time." Within the ANC itself, the scandal has reignited fierce factional battles. Some within the party are worried that this will encourage Ramaphosa's internal opponents, notably those from the so-called Radical Economic Transformation (RET) faction, who have accused him of not leading decisively enough for years. Reform-minded voices within the ANC, meanwhile, are demanding a clean sweep of party ranks and the immediate suspension of anyone implicated. "This may be our last opportunity to clean house and regain credibility," remarked a senior provincial ANC leader who spoke on condition of anonymity. "If we don't move decisively now, the ANC won't make it through the next election cycle." The ANC, still reeling from its worst electoral showings since 1994, now faces a new internal crisis that threatens to deepen existing fault lines. Factional conflicts have flared anew, and there is growing speculation that the scandal could either shore up or sink Ramaphosa's presidency. A high-ranking ANC official who requested anonymity conceded, "This is a disaster. It plays straight into the hands of the opposition and could trigger demands for a special conference to contest the leadership of the president." Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, leader Julius Malema wasted no time in issuing a statement on social media, launching a fierce denunciation and declaring, "The ANC is a criminal organization posing as a liberation movement. Ramaphosa should resign today. He cannot pretend to be shocked when these are his colleagues." Democratic Alliance, DA, leader John Steenhuisen also urged Parliament to hold an emergency sitting, saying, this scandal exposes the moral bankruptcy at the core of the ANC. We demand a full inquiry and the instant suspension of all those involved pending the outcome of international legal proceedings. South Africa's Department of International Relations and Cooperation, DIRCO, confirmed that it has been in contact with diplomatic missions in Europe and the Middle East to verify the facts. A DIRCO spokesperson stated, "We are working very closely with the concerned embassies and are resolved to uphold the rule of law and international cooperation. As things continue to develop, everyone is now waiting to see what the next move of the South African government will be." For most citizens, the arrests stand as both a national shame and a potential turning point, a test of whether the institutions of the country are robust enough to tackle corruption at the top, or if the scandal will become just another installment in the slow erosion of faith in South Africa's democratic experiment.